I'm going to show you how to cover a cake with fondant. I have pre-mixed this. It's a bit of chocolate fondant, pre-coloured chocolate fondant, and a bit of white fondant that I've mixed in together. And I've kind of then added a bit of, it got a bit too poo brown, so I grabbed a bit of chocolate brown food colouring and just put it through and then sort of twist it around, because I'm going to make the bottom of this cake look like a tree stump. So I kind of want that wooden look to it. Hopefully it looks all right. I have a really big rolling pin for rolling out fondant. This is just, you've got to have a massive big rolling pin. By the time you have, you know, the surface of your cake, it's a pretty decent space. So this is fantastic as well. This is just a wooden one, which I bought. Actually, a friend got it for me. It was $15, so that was really good. You need some corn flour. You need some fondant smoothers too. And then I've got my cake, and I've got some water, which I'm just going to brush on the top. This will just help the fondant stick to it. Brush this all over. I've put this on my cake stand already. Usually I would put my cake on a board, but I've decided to put this one directly on a cake stand. So, okay, start by getting out your corn flour. I'm just going to sprinkle a bit, sort of sprinkle a bit out, but then dust it off your hand. You don't want to colour the top of your fondant. Okay, once you put your fondant down, you're never going to touch the bottom, because you just want the corn flour to stay on one side. You've got to work quickly with this as well. So, basically, you're going to get a square. Keep turning it around. You just want to roll it out to the size that you need. In terms of the thickness, as thin as possible, because people don't like to eat fondant. Well, most people don't, but mine probably ends up being ½ centimetre by the time I've finished. It can help to get a ruler and to measure the whole, you know, diameter of your cake plus the sides to work out how wide you need to make it. I'm just going to wing it. Hope that it's okay. If you have air bubbles, just grab a pin and pin it. I'm not going to bother with this because I've got enough figurines that are going to go on top. Okay, put your rolling pin on it, roll your fondant back, put your cake in front, lift up very quickly, put it down. Most important thing to do straight away is to seal the top and just move it out like a blanket, and just seal like the first centimetre down. Like that. Now, it's good to just chop off some of this. I've realised I've forgotten to get my pizza cutter, which is what I use. You don't want the weight of the fondant making a tear on your cake. That's good. You want to just seal that. That's the most important part to do. Okay, I need to get my pizza cutter. Usually I just do this on a flat surface, and then it's just really easy to get your pizza cutter and cut around. I'm just going to use a knife and just cut over here. Because I'm making this like a log, I actually want to keep a bit down the bottom so that I can sort of create the roots. But I can still sort of cut a bit of it off here. You can hear the thickness that I've rolled it out to, hopefully. Oh, see here how that's torn? Okay, so I'm going to sort of lift it back up again. That's so annoying. Okay, that'll be the back of the cake. That's what happens if you don't work quick enough. Okay, so we're going to start putting it all the way down. What you'd basically do if you were just covering a normal cake is you would just keep going the same way, sort of letting it out, going bit by bit. Don't do a whole side first. You basically work from the top and work all the way down. I'm only going to go halfway because I need to start creating the roots. Keep doing it as once you've basically got everything in place. I'll show you what to do. Okay, I've changed my mind with what I'm going to do. I did start doing some roots here. I'm going to smooth it out and then I'll add the roots on later, so I can show you. Basically, you do have to work so quickly, otherwise it dries and it can crack. The more you do it, the easier it kind of gets. You sort of just stretch it out that way. Oh, that part hasn't worked too well, but oh well. Okay, once you've done it, it's all the way, that's actually pretty good, I'm happy with that. Just really, usually I would have this on a turntable. This stand's actually pretty good. Okay, grab your fondant smoother, make sure there's no, I don't know, colour or anything on it. Give it a good smoothing. My top's pretty smooth anyway. And then just sort of go like that. And really dig in at the bottom, because we're going to cut it off, but we just want to make sure it's pretty well sealed before we cut it out. And you can just sort of go along like that, smooth it up quite well. You can see a few bumps and stuff through it, but you know, oh, that's where it tore. You see up there where it's torn. And then obviously I've got my my fondant's all different colours because it's supposed to be wood grain. Okay, that is going to do. So, pizza cutter. Done. Okay, I'm going to need to just tidy up the bottom, but actually it's pretty good along the bottom. Ooh, I never usually do it like that. I wouldn't even need to, and then usually, mine's usually a bit lumpy around the bottom, or gapey. That's actually pretty good. Then if you need to do something around the bottom, a lot of the time on my cakes I do pearl edge borders, or you could pipe something, or you could make a rope, like a braiding effect, and put that around the bottom, or you can just leave it plain. I'm going to add in roots and things like that. So, yep, easy how to cover a cake.